Welcome back, guys, geeks and gamers. This is HorsePLAY. Yes, I'm back.
He's back!
What's
Sorry.
up, guys?
Sorry.
This is
I couldn't contain the excitement.
exactly. This is Obi-Wan X2 right here, and right over there, this is YogiZilla, my cohort or partner in crime, whichever you want to call it. And we have a special guest.
He's back!
Oh,
Sorry.
I hear echo.
Sorry.
That's
I
me,
couldn't
right?
contain the
I'm
excitement.
special. They call me special.
Yes, he's Special Ed, everybody.
Hey.
I saw him walking down the road, and he said to me, he's like, "You play video games?" I said, "I do." And he,
Yay.
I invited him to the show, so he is a gamer. And ironically, this is the funniest part. My name is Obi. You guys know me as Obi-Wan. You know, I've had the name for years. Well, he's had a name too for years. The name being CHEWIE.
That's me.
So, welcome, CHEWIE, to the show. This is HorsePLAY, and we'll get through the entry stuff, which I just like totally blew it off because I do that every week. If I don't, today is June 5th, 2014, and this is episode 25, titled 25% complete. 25% complete to 100. That is our initial milestone goal. About right, yo? 25% to the way.
It's very nice.
It's very nice. And of course, I guess I said before, I am joined by that crazy Puerto Rican mofo right over there, YogiZilla. What's happening, big man?
Hoot hoot.
What's going on, man?
Ah, man. But I think you had your crazy week last week, and I had it this week. So, I'm in recovery mode.
Right? And we are actually right here on Geeky Antics, Twitch. You guys can come check us out, the live show. And I've just lost my spot in line just because of whatever. But this is where we do talk about just random crap. All the time. I'm not going to say crap in a good way, because crap is good sometimes, especially when you get it out. Okay, anyway, let's just go through what we're doing.
Better out than in, right?
Yeah, very much so. There's that helps in so many ways, so many different categories.
I would also add to that better out the bottom end and not the top end.
Okay, that's enough out of that. This is, like I said, guys, we just talk about random stuff. I lost my spot again. This is like, I was gone last week, and you guys probably all know I had a computer malfunction. My computer freaking, I don't even know. But I got it fixed, and now I'm back, and I'm just, like I am every week, frazzled and just trying to hurry up and get stuff done. I didn't get like I was supposed to, and I saved a bunch of stuff on OBS, and guess what? It didn't save. So I had to frantically at like 10 o'clock say, oh my god, I have nothing on OBS, and like, what am I supposed to do? Freaking out. My buddy's coming over and says, hey man, what's going on? I said, I'm freaking out right now. I can't talk. I gotta get this done. Because I was doing it. But anyway, let's keep back to it. If you're new to HorsePLAY, wasabi. HorsePLAY Live rocks out every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern. Just Eastern time. I'm not EDT. It just makes it. It's totally true, but it doesn't. Yeah,
I'll
anyway.
change it for you. That
No.
Eastern.
No. On the Twitch channels. On the Twitch channels. Yogi, are you still streaming? The show? You're doing the uncut version.
Yes,
So
the uncut. Yes.
Basically, it's not on Obi-Wan X2 anymore. I am crying inside, but this is a greater cause, and this is how we're doing this. So, and we have some exciting news about this stream right here later in the show. But right here on Geeky Antics and YogiZilla, you guys can check us both. If you guys want to watch both of us at the same time, the uncut and the edited version, you guys can actually get onto multitwitch.com and then put / and then both of, everybody's name, and you can watch every stream at the same time, which is a really good thing if you like watching multiple streams. Okay, got that one out.
I like to watch like 20 of them at a time.
Last week, of course, I was gone, and it was the first week that we had actually launched Geeky on the Geeky Antics channel. Well, some stuff happened, and I I'm not accepting that that was the launch. This is the launch right here of the Geeky Antics channel right here. This is where HorsePLAY is going to be live every Thursday night, of course, at 11. And of course, if you do miss it, you guys can check it out on allgames.com. It's at 5 p.m. on Thursdays. And then right after that is going to be a new show coming up. And then right after that at 9 o'clock, we have double time for you guys. We have a Geeky Antics live podcast, and we have an All Games live podcast. So you guys check those out. That's where the multi-twitch comes in really, really handy. You can check out the Gaming Death podcast right here on Geeky Antics, and B-Team podcast, which is, we open up for them when they're starting, and now they're opening up for us too. So it helps out a lot. So you guys go check them out, give them some love as well. We have a lot more that we're going to talk about, but like I said, we are hanging out on geekyantics.net, allgames.com chat, sorry. Just click on it and join us live. So I done lost my spot again, but we're not gonna worry about it. Don't forget though to tweet us throughout the show and even throughout the week. I don't have mine up there, but yeah, it's right there at YogiZilla, and you can hit me up at Obi1x2. That'll be up shortly. Do you have a Twitter?
I have a Twitter, but I don't remember the Twitter. I got my Twitter, and my Twitterversary was May 14, and I'm still trying to log back in and reclaim the account so I can broadcast that. I have a Twitter that I haven't touched in 4 years.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was anti-social media for a good long while. Like if you look at my Facebook, it's dead and empty. There's nothing in like 2 years.
Facebook, I understand, because Facebook is it's a wasteland of just spammy game invites and people talking about what kind of sandwich or salad they ate. All kinds of random stuff. I think the problem with social media is that, and we're actually going to talk about it, so that's a good segue, though we're not getting into it right this moment. We're going to talk about, that's going to be one of our topics, about how people misuse social media. It's like they go into the minutia of stuff, and it's all about them. It's like, I just farted. I think I pooped my pants. Well, that's funny. So that's at least has some value. But some people talk about things like, I got my nails did. Good for you. Anyway. Awkward silence.
Awkward silence. That dude. Silence. I listened to the show from last week. Okay, just because, you know what I'm gonna say, don't you? Just because it's my show too, and I want to make sure I don't miss anything, especially if they're gonna be talking about stuff I don't want to miss it. So I'm just listening, and of course he had Renee. I don't know what her Renee Bones is what I saw. I believe.
Yeah, we call it Renee Bones and Kitty.
I think Stan. Oh yeah, Kitty. Yeah, and then Stan, I think, was on last week as well with you. And throughout the whole show, I was just like, okay, they're gonna start talking about this, and all of a sudden I just hear nothing. I'm like, what? Talk, guys, talk. So, but it was all good. But let's get back into this. Last but not least, we do want to make sure that we give it up. All the links will be up. I'm editing as we're doing the show, so I do apologize for that. But last but not least, we do want to make sure that you join us at our official HQ at geekyantics.net.com. Whichever one you choose, they're both going to come. Comment, share, and just join the party. Party with us. Our team is working hard to bring you guys some awesome content. So that being said, right there, if you're in the game and you want to put out some awesome content, you're more than welcome to join us. And there's no entry fee, there's no monthly dues, you want to stream, you want to podcast, you want to have fun, this is where you need to be, right here at Geeky Antics. Yogi?
I'm with it.
Our latest content, sir?
So yeah, I meant to get a lot of stuff out this week, but the last thing we did is still getting a lot of buzz about it, which is our guide about how to do Twitch streaming the honest, legit way, and it's also kind of carries over to social media, and we got a lot of positive response from it, because a lot of people, they focus, and again, we're going to talk about that more during our feature discussions, but a lot of people talk about the technical stuff get a dual monitor or it's a triple monitor, have this kind of bit rate, this kind of CRF, this CBR, and blah blah blah. That stuff is fine and dandy, but if you're a Snorefest or you're bringing nothing unique into your content, it doesn't matter. You take a turd and wrap it up in shiny paper, it's still a turd, you know. And that's what a lot of the streams are. Fortunately, that's what a lot of social media streams are as well. It's just a bunch of shiny turds. You can polish them as much as you want, but if you're not a cool person or you don't bring some skill to the game or have some kind of really, cool gimmick, then there's nothing for people to check out. So we talk about that. It's kind of our honest guide to Twitch streaming. Of course, we got Doc Real Chronicles, which I hope he continues because he was going a good direction, and Doc Real kind of. I think your boy's a little lazy, Obi.
No, Doc, I do want to say this to him. Doc, he's been in the hospital for the last 2 weeks. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so he's having some issues. So.
Now you ruined my joke. Thanks. Now I feel like a dick.
I do want to make you feel like an ass. But yes, he will be here, and he'll be here Sunday as well. So.
But tell him we miss him.
Oh yeah.
Because we were talking all the time, and then he disappeared. I'm like, what happened? Did I have halitosis and like scare him away with bad breath?
If your bad breath transcends the internet, you really got to take a look at something.
Yeah, I'm saying, Tic Tac can't help that. But Tic Tacs never really help. They just taste good.
It just covers it. It's letting you get ass breath and Tic Tac.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, ooh, ass breath with a hint of orange. Yay! But let's see what else we got. So yeah, we are gonna do a new page on there. So there's a bunch of stuff coming up. So I got a bit. We have a busy weekend because we got the new show coming out on Sunday, which is gonna be very focused on Europe, the EU gaming scene, particularly EU West, and we have a lot of people in Netherlands and Norway and Germany, all over the place. So and of course the UK, and so we're gonna do that show on 9 a.m. Right? It's still 9 a.m. Obi.
Yes.
With Doc Rowe.
Eastern time, but it's. Like Yogi said, it's mainly for the EU crowd. So we want to make sure that we're on 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening for the Europeans. Just because, I love Doc to death. He's my homie, and I just want to make sure that we get even the Netherlands scene, man. The Netherlands is gaming like a mofo, and you guys don't know it. They are gaming hardcore over there. So
yeah, there's a lot of
and just a whole bunch of other stuff, and we got some special stuff. We had a problem. Go ahead and finish yours, and I'll talk about it. Bring it up here soon.
All right, yeah. The good news first, then the bad news. But yeah, so yeah, it's interesting. Like I'm still finding like certain pockets within Western Europe don't have proper representation with content. There's a huge demand, but not enough content. So we want to be ahead of that curve. There's other places too, like Brazil, Portugal. They have a growing space, and I don't really speak Portuguese, but Spanish is close, and I can kind of understand them. So we might break into that. We're gonna go international with this. That's why it's Geeky Antics Network Global, and we're also collaborating with All Games. So we got a lot of good partnerships forming up, and we're putting together a new stream team, like a formal stream team. So that's gonna be a page on the GeekyAntics.net site, and the other thing is we're going to probably be upgrading the site with maybe a new theme, some cleaner CSS, better navigation. So it's going to be a busy weekend. And I got at least 2 blog posts that I hope to have published by Monday of next week. So that'll be Monday the 8th, 9th. I don't know. I have no concept of time right now. But yeah, for our listeners, it'll be by the time we go for our next live show, we'll have 2 or 3 new blog posts up there. And it's going to be big. It's our Doctor Who. We're going to talk some more about Twitch streaming, and we're going to introduce more of our team members, more of the gang.
Well, that's what we do. We have to. We have to make sure that everybody knows who the gang is at all times. As soon as somebody joins, we're going to let you know. We have a new gang member. Go ahead, Yogi. I'm just going to keep doing this.
Oh, you're tweaking the stuff? Okay. Mm-hmm. So tonight on the show, did we plug the? Well, let's do it again. I know you plugged it already, but we have the voicemail line 206-415-4987, and we should be getting to the voicemails tonight. We have a few, but we definitely could use more.
Sad one from last week.
Yes, I didn't play it last week because we were just kind of free balling the whole time for the most part. And actually, I'm surprised we went as long as we did. I didn't think it was gonna be that long of an episode, and we went off on tangents.
Yeah,
But
you can talk for hours, bro. So I mean,
that's how I roll, even when I'm tired. But so yeah, 206-415-4987 is the voicemail line, and eventually we're going to get it set up so that international callers could call in. I'm trying to set it up so you could do a digital dial in and just leave messages as a wave file right in the mailbox. Because that's what happens on the back end. You call in and then we get the wave files and boom, we play it. We're breaking the fourth wall here. There's a little behind the scenes podcast production action here. But yeah, we're pretty professional. We're getting better at this. So don't sleep on us. Coming up, yo. What else? Also, if you don't like the sound of your voice, and we talked about this before, some people don't like the sound of their own voice. I know Obi does, and Fred Rojas does from Gaming History 101. Yes, and he likes doing his voices. You narcissistic bastard. You can email us as an alternative not 206 mail@geekyantics.net. Yeah, don't try emailing the phone number. I don't think that'll work.
Isn't that what Skype's for?
That's true. That's true. Oh, we don't have SMS. That's a good point too. Good catch, Chewie. We don't have SMS set up on the call-in number, but we do have fax. So for you old school people, you can fax us.
In case our broadcast goes back to 1982, we're ready to go, just in case.
Hey, it's kind of neat when you still find a fax machine and you just send them random butt cheeks, Just taking it back to the old school. There's something. Come on, you gotta admit there's something that's missing. Like when you just remember the old days, you have your fax machine set up. All of a sudden, you get a random fax and you look at it. It's like a middle finger or something. You're like, where the hell? Or something that was intended for another party. Like you get some of the weirdest fax stuff through fax. It's like people misdialing. It's like best.
This entire conversation is still relevant in today's day and age if you swap fax for text. Like,
this is true.
Have you ever gotten like random crazy pictures or random like "I love you, I can't believe I've lived this long without you" in a text message before?
Yeah, but it hasn't happened to me as often with faxes. Like with faxes and landlines, I swear I used to always get missed dials and missed faxes. Like the missed dials were the best because it'd always be like, "Yeah, I'd like to order a pepperoni pizza," and then I thought it was someone just pranking, and then they literally I found out my phone number used to belong to a pizza shop. It's like, dude, that shop closed like 10 years ago. There's this little thing that is not. I know it's transitioned, but it's not quite the same. But yeah, I need to get some miss texts. I get a lot of wrong numbers, but miss text not so much. So yeah, tonight on the show we're gonna talk about the VGO Hearthstone tournament and my major fail sauce. While you guys just nod your heads like, fax machine, you're old fart. Good job. And
hair I cut off my head today.
The what?
You know how much gray hair I cut off my head today? Okay, and I'm going to show you guys this, and this is just something just because. For those that are not watching, you're missing out. If I were to turn my head from side to side, I have giant gray hair patches right about here. Yeah, it's not even, no. All right, keep going. I'm done. That's my rant for the day.
What the heck? I think.
What's
that, Chewie?
Short rant. I expect better.
I know. Stan just linked to the Office Space fax machine sequence. Remember when they put the rap music on? They're smashing the crap out of it. Have you seen my stapler?
Oh.
I gotta see that movie again. That's
I
great.
Go watch it tonight.
That movie never gets old. It's like the IT Crowd. I love that show.
Oh.
I didn't know it was still going. I thought it ended, but apparently it's still going.
Oh yeah.
Huh. And that's the British one? Because they made like an American one, and the American one wasn't as good, if I recall. But I want to check that out. I like the redhead in there. She's kind of cute. Just saying. So yeah, we're gonna talk in our friends over at Gaming Death Podcast making fun of us because we've been talking a lot about Hearthstone. But Blizzard's been a little more responsive with us. They've been starting to acknowledge us as a Hearthstone podcast. I mean, our main thing is interactive features. Having the call-ins and the voicemails and all that kind of stuff. We're trying to cut back on the news and getting into all the new releases because everybody else does that. So we just talk about the stuff we love, the current haps in our gaming lives, and we bring some freshness here and there with the game releases. But League of Legends and Hearthstone, big things. So of course we're gonna talk more about that stuff, and also we're gonna have a little bit of Microsoft news too, not too much, and voicemails. Did I miss some voicemails? We're gonna get those in there too. Obi, you got anything before we go into the news? All right, Chewie, I want you to sound off obligatory news in the most epic voice you can do.
Oh boy.
We put all our guests. There you go. Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready for the obligatory gaming news?
Ooh.
I used to do movie trailers in a past life.
That's pretty good. Though it's news in general. We do the technology, we do the gaming, we do geek culture. We're pretty spread out.
I'm officially a geek in another life. I just can't exactly say it out loud. So I'm down with the geek culture.
Word. You gotta be if you're gonna be a guest here. That was good. I liked
you have
it.
No idea.
Chills.
You have no idea. That's all I'm gonna say.
T Collins 89 in the chat. Of course, you guys watching the live show with the nice little video inlay. You can see the chat, but he says Hearthstone is my beep. We can say Hearthstone is my shit. Obi, that we need to put something to the upper right hand corner in there.
I'm setting up all our links. Just give me a few.
Ooh, for now,
trying.
Well, for now, put our podcast cover in there because it looks naked. The podcast cover, so people can see that sexy artwork. We got the Simpsons version of Obi, and then my cartoon version. Obi loves.
I'm on it, yeah.
I should have told you that there's another monitor in that room if you wanted one.
I don't know about that.
It works.
All right, so the obligatory news. So Microsoft apparently has big news in store for gamers. And this Fred was talking about this recently and made me think about it some more. Phil Spencer says basically that he wanted the price drop and the Xbox Live adjustments out of the way to make room for even bigger news. So is the price drop and all the other stuff's been going on? Those are not the biggest announcement. They have something bigger cooking. What could it be? All right, I'm curious, and I know Obi's switched to the dark side. That's fine, and I still love you, man. But we already know that Halo 5 is in the works, and I'm not particularly too excited about that. I don't think that's coming out in 2015. It's going to be Xbox One only. So we already have a preview of within a year or two, we're going to probably have a full Xbox One transition, and maybe the 360, I don't know, be phased out completely. I think they're going to give it a longer run, just not like they did with the original Xbox, because the original Xbox was like, as soon as the 360 came out, it's like, sorry, original Xbox, shut down. They gave it like a year, if even that. It's terrible.
It didn't seem like long.
Yeah, they didn't handle that well at all. That's a good way to make consumers lose faith. And that's what's happening now. Like everybody's trolling Microsoft because they made a lot of stupid moves, but I think they've paid their debts. But it's all right. A lot of the Sony fanboys. I mean, I'm more of a PC gamer than anything else, but a lot of the Sony fanboys are going to be eating their hats pretty soon.
I don't know. I think my hat would taste good if it had to, but I'm generally regarded as a Sony fanboy. We've a fully PlayStation house between the handheld consoles and all three generations in the entertainment center. We're pretty much all PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't mean to get odds.
You're still cool in my book, man. You're still cool.
I can still walk home if need be, if I'm going to get booted off here. But I was pretty hardcore PC gaming until the PS3 came out, when it had the Blu-ray that I needed and all the other features. I mean, that for me really kind of set them apart. I didn't really need an HD DVD player as an upgrade for my 360. So, instead,
Oh.
and I've been forced to stick with it ever since. So,
the HD DVD thing. That's an interesting one because
I went in a pawn shop about 2 months ago, but
towards the end of that, the HD DVD, they really started making the offers super enticing. Like, get 20 free HD DVD with the purchase of a HD DVD player. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And but that, Sony finally had to get it right. How many formats did they have? How many proprietary technologies did they have that failed? Betamax. I mean, Betamax was the better format, but it didn't make it. They tried to do the mini disc. Does anybody remember mini disc?
Yes. I had a mini disc player.
The ones that looked like GameCube discs.
Yeah, those things were awesome.
They had mini discs that were inside their own little plastic sheath.
Yep.
Like, I mean, why would you a disc inside a case for it to break as well? It's asking for it.
Well, the thing that I thought was cool about it that it protected the disc from being scratched, and they were pretty resilient. I never had a problem with them. The thing that killed mini disc was the fact that they promised that a lot of third-party support would come in, in terms of actual media like albums in mini disc format. I never saw them. You went to HMV, Sam Goody, Nobody Beats the Wiz. I mean, whatever stores there were at the time that sold that kind of stuff, they didn't have it. Yeah, that's what killed. Oh, I forgot Virgin Megastore. That's another good one. No one had the mini discs, and I mean, places that only sold music did not have mini disc albums. Maybe like one or two, and it'd be like the most obscure stuff, like Sounds of Nature. Like, okay. But it was a good technology though. I like the little clamshell players, and you could remix the mini disc on the fly, so it's better than cassette and faster than a CD in some ways. The quality was amazing. It was like having a live performance right there. I mean, it was really good. But Laserdisc was Sony too, wasn't it?
Almost everything optical has been Sony. Like every time anything with an optical drive is sold, Sony's making money off that patent still.
Yeah.
So
well, Sony and sometimes in partnership with Philips.
Yes, and then Magnavox on the back end of the Philips, but
yep. They go in tandem.
For a long time had that. Remember the CDI?
Yes.
Those god awful Zelda games. I had a buddy when I was in high school who always had just the most random one-off. Like, he had a 3DO, and he had a CDI. And I remember going over there to play, and it was agony for a little bit because there was nothing to do. I mean, the games for him were so limited. You'd have 2 or maybe 3 titles, and then you're waiting for 6 months for something new to come out.
Yeah. Because they were basically Hollywood productions. They were full motion, FMV games, which I think the genre is still viable now as a fun thing. I mean, people rag on it and said, "Oh, that's dead and no way it's coming back." It's already still around in a form. Telltale games,
the Walking Dead's and their Borderlands adaptation. I'm so geeked out for that.
Yeah, I mean, those are essentially, you could say, they're interactive stories. They're fun. But the amount of immersion and the amount of gameplay depth is not really there in comparison to something that's fully in engine. But it's still fun, but you really play it for the narrative, right?
And that's true about almost every game that's marketed today for its single player campaign. I mean, I look at like the Uncharted's coming out of Sony, or that's the first one I can think of, but that Uncharted, when I played through that, all 3 chapters, I mean, it was a movie for me. There was so much going on with between the character development and the sticky situations they'd have to get themselves out of. I really felt attached to Nathan Drake by the time I was done with those.
See, like those games, a lot of my friends that try to convert me to Sony, I like watching those games. I just don't feel compelled to play them. They're great cinematic experiences, but I watch the gameplay and that's it.
Yeah, and that's probably 40% of what they're there for, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's perfect. Like that's the kind of thing. Like if you have friends over and you just happen to be playing already, they might actually sit down and watch it while they're drinking a beer or some wine or whatever and just hang out. But whereas other games, like if I'm playing Hearthstone, I don't think it's gonna be particularly engaging, and most people won't be able to follow. They're like, I see cards and things exploding.
There's some numbers up there.
What do the numbers mean? Is this some kind of like pinging math system? I don't know. What's going on? Is this freaking Sudoku?
Right? Where's the jack? I have a jack. Where do I play the jack?
But yeah. So next week, it's E3. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not particularly stoked about it. I think whenever we're in this transitionary period for gaming, E3 isn't very big. Because nothing really. It's a lot of the same old stuff. They play it safe. Until everybody shifts their support to the new consoles, it's gonna be the same kind of games over and over again, and it's fine for people that don't have enough games to play. But my gaming play is pretty full, so yeah. So it's cool. June 10th to 12th. They're gonna actually be televising the whole event at select theaters, from what I hear. And I know some people that got invited, like Fred Rojas again, aka Spider's Venom. He got invited to one of their live events locally, and you have to actually get invited to go to the theater and probably hang out with annoying people. Like movie theaters experiences, to me, they suck a lot of the times. I don't know why people pay $15-$20 to go watch a movie when people bring babies, or they like play with their cell phones, or they talk on their phone, or they put the cell phone brightness all the way up, or they're talking to each other really loud. Like, why would you pay for that? But this is neat. What's that?
Or the end of the run, so you don't have as many people like that. Like
yeah.
Remember when the Star Wars were released? We went like the day they came out, and it was nonstop. Everybody else. I don't even think I paid attention to the movie.
See, I mean, I guess you could argue you go there for the social experience, but if I'm gonna pay that kind of money, I want to watch the movie in the full splendor of a big screen and be immersed in it, and not have someone say, "Oh, what a dummy!" It's like, shut up. Like you can laugh, but do you have to like keep talking about it? Like, But I mean, it's a whole different thing. I'm just going off on a tangent, but it's neat. They're gonna be televising it, and I can already hear people in the audience booing and hissing about Microsoft. It's like, that's all they got, Like I don't like Sony personally, but I don't get to that point of being such a fanboy where it's like, boo, Sony. It's just not for me. Because like you said, it's a lot about single player experience. Oh, look at Obi's getting his Marvel Puzzle Quest up. Look at that. Chip Seller would be happy from B Team.
Yeah, well, that's why I was doing it. Okay, now, and we'll go over this later when we free ball a little bit. But I just thought I'd say something. Chip, this is for you. It is on my phone. I've been playing it. I'm level. I don't even know. I've been playing it for a couple months now. So, yeah, I got some really epic. I'm pretty good at this game, dude.
Pretty good at this game.
Dude, we're going to get back to the Marvel Puzzle Quest. There's been some interesting developments in that game. We'll have to get Chip back on here from the... Again, if you guys don't know Chip Sella, a.k.a. Captain Chaos, he's part of our AllGames.com family, and he's one of the hosts, the ringleader of the B Team podcast, one of the top gaming podcasts, and he also does the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. cast. But anyway, we have a good question here in the chat. T. Collins89 says, why are they E3 conferences on a Monday? Why not E3 on a weekend? That is very bizarre. I was thinking the same thing. They've always been during the week as far as I can remember. And to me, it just seems like E3 is more about getting the developers, the manufacturers, the journalists excited about what's going on with electronic entertainment. It's not so much for the gamers. So that's why when we're reporting E3 right now, it's not exciting, because even as a journalist, it's like, what are they gonna report? We're doing more developments with the Oculus Rift, so you could eventually do Facebook in virtual reality. Woohoo! We have a new Call of Duty. We have a new Battlefield. we have a new role-playing game. That's in 3D with beautiful graphics. Yay!
Watch this
All
demo.
right.
Pay attention to the fabric. Look, the fabric. We re-engineered fabric for this new console.
Look at the ultra realism. This is 1080p 90 frames per second. No, wait, it's 90. It'd be like 65 frames per second. We pushed the extra 5 frames
Extra
because
5%.
we are a super system.
That's right.
And people get excited about that. There's still people that get excited about it. Though, even though you go into an electronics store, you go into a Best Buy, I guarantee someone will look at a 720p display and a 1080p display, and they'll think they both look great. They may even choose a 720p display. And I see it all the time. People do not know the difference, especially on smaller formats, but they're going to talk about it. It's like just whipping out the penis. Here you go. Oh, you get the 720p. Well, I got the 1080p. Oh, the competition of the Ps.
All the Ps. It's all about the Ps, the EPs.
The PP. But yeah, that's a great question. Like I said, the E3s are more kind of about getting the journalists, getting all the top tier people excited about it. It's not so much about the casual gamer or the gamers that have responsibilities outside of gaming.
I always figured it would so they can get the bigwigs out of the office for the week.
Yeah, that's probably it too. And that's the thing. That's another thing that annoys me is that I think that a lot of these gaming companies need people to represent and present these things from a gamer's perspective, not a marketing perspective or a business perspective. And that's something that has not changed over the past several decades. It's still this guy in the suit talking in technical jargon or really lofty marketing jargon. It's, this is the evolution. This is the epitome. This is the synergy, explosion all over your face. I mean, good Lord.
We're going to have X many units and this many billion console sales, and we're going to have them in this many households. And it's all the marketing. Look what we did, look what we can do. But I don't really see how there's a practical side to most of it. You get like you said, your new Call of Duty that everybody's expecting, and I'm waiting for there to be something innovative. It's like you can say the same thing about CES for the last few years.
Yep.
There's just nothing. There's no killer app yet. I'm still waiting for the killer app.
See, that's the thing, and we've got into discussions so many times, and Obi's probably like shaking his head already because he knows what I'm going to say. But I think we're past that point where the graphics, the improvements there really excite us. It was exciting when we jumped from 8-bit to 16-bit. Hell, even before that, from like 4-bit, 2-bit graphics to 8-bit. 16-bit to 32-bit, we saw big differences. But it wasn't just the graphics that changed, it was the scope of the gameplay experience, the AI, the multiplayer options, the immersion, the narratives. They were able to do a lot more to create new experiences, And now it's like we have all this processing power, and it's all about how can we push out higher frame rates and greater resolutions. And it's like, yeah, but the gameplay is not there. And when I say that, people say, well, graphics and gameplay don't have to be mutually exclusive. No, but if it comes to one or the other, I'd rather have the gameplay than have a super sexy, beautiful, ultra realistic game that's super boring, or that's like something that I've already played dozens of times or hundreds of times, But anyway, moving on with news, because we still got to keep this going. Last week we talked about Crystal Naxxramas. We were hoping that it would come out on June 3rd, and several sources were kind of hinting at that happening because Blizzard has had a habit, not just with Hearthstone, which is all their properties. They kind of just release things, and it's like, oh, it's out. Oh, okay. But you ask their PR people, you interview them, at events, and they kind of just beat around the bush. Like, we don't have a set release date. Then a week later, it's out. That's kind of been the evolution of Hearthstone. The iPad app kind of just got dropped out of nowhere. They didn't have a firm date on that, and then it just came out. And I guess they might actually be more formal with Crystal Naxxramas. It is a big, major expansion, but I just have this feeling that they're just gonna be like, surprise. Because they probably don't want people to hoard up gold. They want them to spend their gold and then sneak it up on you so you can spend real money in the game. And I get that. But, well played, Blizzard. I'm still hoarding my gold, and I still love you. But Just get it out already. I'm excited to play and get my new legendary cards. Right, Obi?
Yeah.
Obi, you're killing me. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, Chris the next man. It's whatever. Your wife is your wife still traumatizing you in that game?
I don't want to talk about it.
I avenged you. I beat her.
I know you beat her ass, dude. It was funny.
I avenged you, brother. But I let you guys down.
I said, how did you do? She goes, I beat him the first time, but he whooped my ass the third time. Because we'll play like 3 games in a row. No changing. You just, if you want to change your character, that's fine. But you just bam, 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 3 games in a row. She'll beat me 3 out of 3. But now I'm I'm starting to get to the good cards, and I'm crafting a lot of good cards. Like, you used to help me out with my decks and everything. But yeah, it's on.
Dude, Arena, I don't know if it's me, but I feel like Arena they've improved the drop rates with the last update. I swear that you're getting better drops there. I'm getting at least 1 rare or epic each time with each pack from Arena. So I hope that trend keeps going on, because then I don't have to craft that much stuff. I could just save my money for like legendaries, which are super expensive. The one thing, I love the game and I always sing heralds about it, but the one thing that does burn me is that you get about 10% of a card's crafting cost when you disenchant it, but to craft it, it's like super expensive. So for example, I think rares are usually 400, and if it's a gold rare, I think it's 1200 to craft. But if you disenchant it, you get like 40 and 120 respectively.
Yeah, like not shit.
Like that. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, so let's talk about our community events and giveaways. I'm gonna try to speed through this so we get to our feature discussions. How we doing on time, Obi? We're good. Wow, I just saw. I saw.
Not even yet, dude.
But so we're still doing the League of Legends thing, and we're gonna do a lot more casual post-game things. Still nothing with ranked games yet. As we see more people join us for the post-show League of Legends games, then we started coordinating and setting up ranked teams, and we're eventually gonna do the Team Obi versus Team Yogi thing. Yeah, I didn't forget Obi. But just tweet us at Geeky Antics, at Obi1x2, and at YogiZilla, and we'll keep you in the loop, and we set up games on the fly. Usually the weekends and after the show seem to work out the best, because during the week we're kind of running around like chicken without heads on or whatever, except for Sunday. Now actually Obi's busy on Saturday and Sunday now, so I don't know about him, but for me it works. So what else do we got? Let's skip ahead here a little bit. The giveaways are coming up, so no update on that yet, but might be doing some in the streams pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. But of course, geekyantics.net, that's where you want to go for details on all that stuff. What else? So the VGO Hearthstone tournament, as I mentioned before, is underway. I did round 1, and I'm sorry to disappoint, but I lost. It was close, but that RNG. And I do want to mention, and Michelle Madison didn't get why this annoyed me, but this dude was shadowing me, Obi. He was shadowing me in my stream days before we played our match. And that, I know it's a casual tournament, or at least that's what they were saying, but now there's a prize involved. We're going to get to this. We talked about it a little bit before, Obi.
Yeah, don't get too carried away on it. I got some good stuff to listen.
Yeah, because we have a whole segment on it. But it was just funny because it's supposed to be casual, but this guy never been in my channel. All of a sudden, he goes to my channel. I acknowledge him, hey, welcome to the chat, man. And then he leaves the channel. That's pretty suspicious. But Michelle goes, well, it's a public stream. You can't get mad about that. It's like, yeah, but that's still kind of dishonorable. That's dirty.
That's dirtbaggish, man.
Yeah, that's scumbaggish. And I joked about it. It's not a big deal, but he was saying, oh, it was my wife watching. I said, why would she be watching my stream on a day that we're not battling each other. Like, it just didn't add up. But, I joked about it, but I look back and it's like, I don't understand why she didn't see it from my point of view. Because that is dirtbaggish. Like, I don't go, if we were having a tournament, I would tell everybody, hey, as a courtesy, keep it fun. Try not to scope out the person's deck. If you happen to know about what kind of stuff they're running, because you played before, that's fine. But, let's keep it fresh. Because it's fun going into the match not knowing what to expect. That's part of the fun, especially in a casual format. Now,
Definitely.
Yeah, and if it was a very, very competitive thing, yeah, do your homework. It's going to be a lot more cutthroat. It's expected, but casual, we're going to get into it though. But yeah, so that we did the round 1, now they're up to round 2 with the VGO tournament. If you're curious about, I think they still need some standbys. Videogameoutsiders.com. Just be careful if Michelle Madison is PMSing, she might troll you. I love you, Michelle, but I had to get you back. She gave me such a hard time for saying that. I'm like, come on, how can you not see it from my point of view? But anyway, it's all a good fun. But we are going to be setting up our own Hearthstone tournament. I think we need to do, if not a tournament, I think we need to do a ladder, like an ongoing ladder, where people could just get matches in whenever they want and then report them, an honor system, and just do that. That'd be fun. And then we could do like a 1 or 2 day little mini tournament. That'd be cool with actual set times. Because when you have a tournament running for 1 or 2 months and people have to coordinate times, it's just very messy, especially when people have different schedules, and it just adds pressure and it takes the fun out of it. So that was part of the issue with the VGO tournament. But we're gonna get into that because that's one of our segments. Also, be sure to listen to a worthy opponent for details on their second tournament. They're really cool people over there, and I like their crowd. They're very, they're very friendly. They're competitive. It's very competitive, but like they're very friendly and like legit honorable players. So definitely check out their show. And hope you want to take the next section, or are you still doing housekeeping? Yeah.
Use your words.
Use your words. So for Mad Crushes and Geek Girls, this is our guest segment, and usually around this time we talk about our guests on the show and learn more about them, and we have a guest, so we can ask them some questions. But some quick shout outs to some streamers, which we'll be doing every week, kind of our streamers / geeks of the week. I want to shout out Puffin, because he's been super supportive, and he's about to be starting up his own stream. He's good at League of Legends. If you want to watch a good League of Legends support player, that's what he means, and just really positive kind of dude. Especially you guys in Europe, Puffin's a good person to check out. It's Puffin with 3 Fs and double N as in Nancy. Obi, you have anyone you want to acknowledge this week?
I did not. What I have been watching though is a lot of the LCS, EU, and NA. I haven't been watching many streams because I've been trying to frantically get everything set, and so there will be one for me Sunday, and there will be one for me next week on here. So.
Word. Yeah, and the LCS, every time they have like those big events streaming on Twitch, I find that the server connection is worse than usual. Like it gets laggy and it drops you randomly. Like, what the hell's going on? And I wasn't the only one noticing it, but I know they're gonna be probably fixing that very soon because we know what's on the horizon there. But so CHEWIE, you want to tell us anything about yourself? You have any fun facts you want to share with our audience before we move on to the next few segments?
I would say that the age of the consoles in my house ranges from 1976 and up. I have a legit Pong game that just has 2 dials on the front, and those are your controllers.
Yes.
And from there, we currently have a Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all 3 PlayStations hooked up into the entertainment center right now, up to the 55. It's pretty much what we do when we're not working. So me and the roommates pretty much game all the time. A lot of Diablo, multiplayer games like that. The old split screen, still rocking those. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then in my day job, I'm actually a Geek Squad agent, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah, what's up with the Geek Squad prices, man?
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
I'll punch in real quick if you want to have that conversation, but
It'll cost ya.
No, I'm just teasing. I understand everybody's got to get paid, but like, see, locally for me, when someone tells me they're gonna spend like $300 for like a virus removal, I'm like, I'll do it for a third of the price and a stick of chewing gum.
I get tipped in gum at work.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of old ladies who always come in and give me a pack of gum because they know that I always chew gum at work to cover the ass breath.
Or mayonnaise for your
Little
gigabytes.
bit better than the Tic Tacs.
Yeah, that's what happens because they don't let you guys take lunch breaks, so you get that dragon breath because your stomach acids or you're digesting your own stomach. I know how that is, man.
I get a break if I fight for it, but I'm also like the tenured full time in the front, so they let me get away with a little bit more than everybody else. But I don't.
Oh, so that's good.
I don't dare push it.
Yeah, I hear ya. See, here in Georgia, the state law is if you work 8 hours or more, you are required to get a 15-minute break. So if you work a 12-hour shift, 15 minutes, that's about fair. I get just enough time to drop a deuce and then go back to work.
I get paid to poop.
Have you seen what he has to go through and the amount of paperwork he has to say he will not do? He will not help people. He will not. I've asked this guy 60 times
Oh.
at least, hey, dude, just help me a little bit. I can't. No, I won't touch it. Dude, and it's just, every time, hey, can you please just help me a little bit? Nope, I won't touch your shit
Can't.
at all. Ever. Like, okay, fine. I'm going to cry now.
Oh, man. Yeah, the legal mumbo jumbo is always fun.
It is, too.
But I know why it exists. I mean, I told you, Obi, like, we rescue a lot of animals, a lot of strays here. But I'm keeping Blue because, she's a cool cat.
Yeah,
But,
brought you in, didn't she?
the what? The what?
I said your wife brought you in, didn't she?
I thought that's what you said.
It's a stray, isn't it?
But I had like a puppy I was giving away, and like PetSmart was like, sorry, you can't go you can't do that here. It's policy. And I'm like, man, these rules, like all these rules. This is like the Twitch streamers with their long list of rules, like don't self promote, don't blah blah blah. It's like killjoys. But anyway, so let's get to know you, dude. When we get back to the retro gaming stuff, and Obi and I was talking about this, Chewie. We do this hashtag Retro Friday thing. If you want to stream some Retro Friday stuff, we can put the videos up on Geeky Antics and make it a whole day thing. Because usually I do my part of Retro Friday, like prime time, like 8 p.m. and up. Sometimes like 1 or 2 in the morning, depends.
And everybody I'd like you to meet, he doesn't know it yet, but the newest member of gang.
Yeah, constantly expanding.
He don't know it yet, but I'll get him on there.
I don't know. I'd have to run quick. I think the problem is he knows where I live.
Yep. I know your work too.
Oh man, I have a feeling if Obi and I were neighbors, he'd be like the friend that drops in unexpectedly.
You can see him like whipping open a door like Kramer, just like
exactly. Stumbling in. Oh man, that's totally Obi right there. That's exactly how I picture him IRL. But don't forget, guys. Again, if you wanna be part of our Geeks Engaged and just connect with us. What was that, Obi?
When I come down to Georgia, I'm whooping your ass. I'll be
All right.
there in 2 months.
I get my cat after you. She get the little. She give you cat scratch fever, dude.
Wife than your cat.
Yeah, I'm scared of her, dude. That's why I stay away from her about 80% of the
While you're
time.
in your room.
That's why I keep the man cave. I hang out here. I have my own little bed here, and I'm like, oh, I put myself in timeout.
get a bed in the man cave. I just have a recliner. That's the next level right there.
Dude, yeah, I got it all set up. There's a lot of shit here. If you saw, like, I had so much storage stuff, and so it gets really hot in here with all the equipment I have. But hey, at least, like, if I want to just chill, kick back, read a book, or if I want to just go on the tablet and play some game on the tablet and lay on the bed, brainstorm stuff for Geeky Antics, for HorsePLAY, whatever. Maybe we'll do a blog post on all games. Do it all for the comfort of the bed, living the dream. and I get immunity briefly.
Briefly.
But yeah, voicemail line. Don't forget, guys, 206-415-4987. Use the voicemail line. Leave us some love. So some quick shout outs. We mentioned earlier, we got Stan Farina in the chat. T Collins 89. We got Louis Fur 666. Like, I see what you did there. Oh, it's not Louis, Lucifer, but it looks like Louis. I'm dyslexic apparently. Lucifer 666. I like that. So yeah, the chat's pretty popping. We're still in that transitionary phase. So as soon as everybody in OB's channel figures out that we're not there, I've been going over to your channel to see if there's anyone is there, but I don't see anyone. Did you update your channel info, OB, to let them know we're streaming here? You didn't, did you? It's all good. Oh, all right. What else? So yeah, shout out. So we get to the shout outs there. I also want to shout out to some of my favorite streamers and collaborators on Twitch: Monalicious, Pixter, Poopy Butts, Shannonina, Machinus, Blue Monkey 123, Obizianka, Zombie Vor, Puffin, and Dwergy, just to name a few. They've been super supportive of what we're doing at Geeky Antics and on my personal channel, so I appreciate you guys. Even been getting donations, which is good because that's part of the Save Yogi's broke ass computer fund. No, this is my personal channel. The Geeky Antics thing, which we're gonna do a Patreon campaign. That's gonna be to give everybody a little something so they could buy a game, or maybe buy some new shoelaces. But it's mainly gonna go to like server costs and stuff like that, and the domain costs and whatnot. But I would love to be in a position to like pay our core staff like incentives. We have a lot of people on the team, but there's a core team of people that are consistently contributing, like Stan Farina, Obi, we got Neo Jake, though he's been busy with the gaming death stuff. Who else do we have that's consistent? Doc Rowe, I think he's going to be a consistent core team member. Oh, Fordengard, he's been busy as well. So, you guys know who you are, and we're going to do things. We're going to give back to the community and to our team members. It's going to take time. And, so, for you guys listening in or viewing the video, when we get the Patreon going, it's going to be a nice little way. It'll be something like where you can pledge $1 or $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever you want. But that adds up, because if 10 people do that, if 100 people do that, those numbers get up there. And, and then we could all focus what we love on the most,
What I
But,
do every day.
Yeah.
Sleep and play video games.
Yes. And then make your wife happy.
It's 11.
Yeah. That's the job right there. Everybody else talks about, they always talk about the woman, how the woman's role is underappreciated, but the man's role is underappreciated too, because we're always being called dogs and, lazy slobs and stuff. But then when we take initiative, do the dishes, clean up the house, whatever it is, walk the dogs and all that stuff, drive the kids to school, whatever it might be, we get no recognition. What's up with that? Chewie, you got any special someone in your life?
Oh, there's Mr. Left and Mrs. Right, but it's usually Mrs. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's sometimes very safe. Because they know when to stop.
Well, a lot of times it ends up just teasing. Like, you never stop yourself and like, no, take me home. I'm done.
Oh, man.
Here, though, he's dying.
So Stan Farina says we should have a streaming road trip. That'd be awesome. One day, like if we get enough funds in Geeky Antics, where we could just a bunch of us get together, like pick each other up along the way, and do like a streamer road trip and stop off at other streamers' houses and do like crazy things. Like, oh man, this is stuff we could do, and do podcasts on site. Whoo, dude. That'd be pretty cool, and I haven't seen anybody do that kind of thing before.
Well,
the video game Outsider did do something where you could have their host shipped to your house, and then you'd show them around your town, But they actually put the host in a little box. I don't know how they did it. It must have been like the TARDIS, where it's like big on the outside but big on the inside. You know what I mean? No Doctor Who fans out there? Okay.
It's bigger on the inside. I'm with you. For sure.
And Stan also says gamers get no respect. Yeah,
It's true.
it's true. It's true. Like I keep telling, like I show my better half when donations come in. I mean, look at that. Someone paid for me to play a game that I'm enjoying playing, and I tell her, look, this is not just something I'm doing for fun. It's actually paying the bills. Do you understand that? This is part of what I do. But it still hasn't clicked in her. She says she gets it, but she doesn't. Because she'll still pull me to do stuff that someone else could do, like one of the kids or something. But anyway, let's move on to our discussions, and we might have to skip around a little bit because I know we're already over an hour in. But one of the things we want to talk about. You ready, Obi, to do the sound effect?
Yeah, sure.
I know you want to do it. It's been a
Quickie.
nice. Oh, Obi, tell Stan what state you're from. Do your thing that you usually do.
Right there.
Right there. He's in his palm.
A little bit farther up.
Oh, sorry. Right there. Sorry.
Right about here. Yeah. It's where it just curves in just a little bit, and then there's, yeah. I used to work with a chick who had a little thumbtack tattooed in the back of her hand right there, so she could never ever forget. I don't think it's quite that. Not that impressive.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a tattoo on my hand, and I'm gonna be like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a real quickie. We already kind of touched upon this, and this is just kind of this is like the more you know segment they used to do on TV. I think it was NBC they used to do it with the little
that was an
star.
NBC. Oh.
Yeah, the more you know.
ABC.
Oh no, maybe ABC.
TGIF.
The ABC after school
ABC.
special kind of thing,
Yep.
right? Yeah. The more you know. But so this is the more you know. Someone can make sound effect at post production. But so for casual competition, and these are some tips for running a tournament. All right, and this is not a stab at VGO. I've just seen this a lot of times with tournaments and things that I've participated in, and it's just I see how people get frustrated with these things. When you're doing a casual competition, there's a few things you need to be really clear about. First of all, you cannot have prizes in a casual tournament. Guys, what do you think about this?
Definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah, because all the Obi.
Well, and it comes back to the tournament you just did. With there's a prize, but it's supposed to be a casual tournament. So therefore, this guy was basically ghosting you or checking out how you were playing, or his wife was, and then therefore he just happened to play you or something, or what? Did he do that to everybody that played in the tournament? But anyway,
No, we were paired up already beforehand.
exactly. So he already knew how you play. He already knew your decks, what you like
Yeah.
to play at. So
He said he didn't. I mean, but that's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think it's just there's a certain amount of when there's money on the line or prizes on the line. Let's look at how toxic League of Legends becomes. It changes the way people approach the game. It makes it less fun and more like work. So that's one of the things I say. No, don't put prizes in. The prize is the experience and the bragging rights, if anything.
right. Well, and then if you are gonna have a prize pool, you need to make sure that there's certain rules set up, because if you in a casual game, okay, and I'm just gonna go to the LCS because it's a perfect example. In a casual game, if they're scrimming, there's nothing on the line. They can have fun. They can do whatever they need to do. They try to do things, try to do strats, do whatever they want. But then when they're in the tournament, and actually, there's thousands of dollars on the line, or world champs, or just whatever. There's got to be a different set of rules for casual play, and there's got to be a different set of rules for the actual tournament play. Now, the rules can be basically the same, except for like a few, bits and pieces here, but it can't be like too over extravagant. It has to be within some reason of, actually rules. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, Yogan. I'm sure you can probably explain it better. But basically, if you're gonna have a casual tournament, don't give prizes, because that's just, Yeah, like you said, the prize is the experience. The prize is actually being in that situation that you're actually in a tournament. This could make you either go forward or it could send you home. That's what. Yes, that stuff's on the way. That stuff, that kind of
Yeah.
thing, that
That
kind of
stuff.
See
thing
that?
is going to be would be you know what I mean. To where like if if you place in the top 20 or something like that, everybody gets a horseplay T-shirt or a horseplay cap or something like Stan. I don't think he was saying of that, but um, you know things like that would be and still be a casual tournament. That's because
Yeah.
everybody's going to get one almost.
Yeah, because it's
You know,
swag, and then no one feels like they're left out, and there's not. See, that kind of stuff doesn't have like a very clear value. It's an inherent value the person has. Everybody perceives it differently, but when you have something that has a clear value, like this TV has a $1,200 price tag attached to it, or this gaming console has a $500 price tag attached to it. It changes the dynamic of the experience completely, and I see that all the time. So I really believe that I love the concept of casual tournaments and casual competition because I love strategy. I love figuring out what did I do wrong, what could I have done better,
hmm
and improve myself that way. But when you make it about prizes, it takes the focus away of the experience and the learning process, and it makes it more about, damn it, I didn't get the prize, and I think it takes the fun out of it, which is the spirit of casual. I would say the spirit of casual play is to focus more on fun than competition. But the other thing you mentioned, Obi, was the when you if you do have prizes, you need to have a clear set of rules, very clearly defined structure, and I think that's an important thing. You can't just jump into it and make things up as you go along. Now, if not, otherwise, if it's casual, you can switch things up a little bit because it's casual, so no one really cares, nothing on the line. No one's gonna really be that serious about it. They're just there to have fun. You know, so I think that's a good point. What were you say, Obi?
But the difference is you got to make sure you have a set of rules for both. Yes, a lot of the rules can be the same. Like the self-explanatory. Okay, the first things that's going to happen is you're going to get to choose your cards. Then you're going to get to do this. Then you get to do this. Of course, that's what happens in the game already. But the little things that you know, um, no, and it'd be kind of hard to catch anybody doing it, but like no ghosting or anything like that. But that's something that you can do on your own time. There's no way you can catch anybody if they cheat like that. Yes, it's not
Yeah,
cheating, but it's like you said earlier, it's kind of a scumbag thing to do. I mean, dirtbag thing
yeah,
to do, or both. I don't care. But I mean, if you gotta watch somebody stream to just beat them, go play a different
yeah.
game because you're terrible. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I think with the casual format, there's certain things that are implied,
hmm
but then there's common sense is not common sense. So you kind of have to you don't want to have too many rules because then it makes it seem too stringent. But you want to have enough structure so that people could work within a framework and know what to expect. You want to manage those expectations. So you might have a different view of what proper play is, what honorable play is, but then your audience might have a completely different view, and you got to think about what your participants might be expecting, and get them all on the same page so everybody can have the optimal experience. Another thing I think is good too for casual formats is no early elimination. Like you could do brackets where losers go on to another bracket and play against losers. I think that's fun because then everybody gets the optimal the experience, and you should definitely have backups in case of no shows because the no shows are going to happen and you want to keep things moving along. If they have a set schedule, because it's nice to think about people being able to organize things, but it doesn't work out that way because I had this dude. He wasn't even like in Japan or anything, but he was acting like he was because he's messaging me at like 5, 6 in the morning. He's like, "Want to do it now?" I'm like, "The hell? I'm going to bed at that time if I'm still up."
Hmm.
And it just wasn't a good pairing. So I think one of the things that I like to see, especially when we do our own things, is try to maybe make the pairing less, the bracket system, make it less random, make it based on time zones or availability. That way, that takes away one of the you know variables in there. So it's a lot more convenient because especially in the first round, you don't want to have to be able, track down another person, But if you can't coordinate it, have a backup. Say, hey, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be a 1 day lightning round kind of tournament, and everybody has an hour, 30 minutes to get their matches, or an hour to get their matches in and post the results, whatever. And again, a casual format is gonna be mostly honor system, but still you need some kind of structure so that it doesn't get out of hand, and the organizers and the players alike don't have their hands full, because you want to have more fun. You don't want it to feel like work. The other thing I would say, especially like in Hearthstone, I think they need to have more structured play, budget battles, as I like to call them. In SoulForge, they call them unheroic, where people do not have epic or legendary loot or cards. It's a good way to level the playing field, and it eliminates the whole pay to win factor. Because I don't think it could be fun or casual if you got a guy that's dropped $1,500 into a game to get the best loot, and then you got the guy that maybe spent like 15-20 bucks in the game. And I've seen that. I know a dude on Soul4 that spends 1K a month in the game buying card packs, and I'm like, dude, that is insane. They're virtual cards, and it's a great game, but wow. And some people have that disposable income where they have no responsibility, no kids, nothing to worry about. It's like, yeah, here you go, take my money. I got nothing else to do with it. I live with mommy and daddy, or I'm filthy rich.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude. I had $1,000 a month just to blow.
Just on that one game, though. I mean, imagine what everything else gets too. I'm sure that's not his only game of choice. He's got to be having other stuff.
I'm wondering about that. I think it is his main game, because when I used to play SoulForge Hardcore, he was always in the forums, like always in there.
Oh.
That's like, for some people, games become a lifestyle. Me, I'm more of a buffet style gamer, but there are some games that I usually there are some games that are definitely the bacon of my food. It's like I'll eat it anytime. Sorry to any non-meat eaters out there, but bacon's great.
Bacon's great.
Oh, but you're still a little low on my side. Does he sound low to you, Chewie?
I don't know, man. It's that hell same room thing. I have a real hard time telling.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can't tell, but yeah.
What? No, I'm here. I cut myself off bacon. No bacon until September. It's just so I can do a whole flush and clean myself out and start lifting a little bit to try to strengthen my joints that are giving out on me. So.
No free radicals for you. That makes sense. I get it, man.
No pork chops, no bacon, no pork roast, no nothing.
It's like a third of my diet right there. Just those 4 words.
Well,
see,
I love
the hell out of it. I love chicken, and I showed Chewie the other day when we went to the store that there's packs of chicken, okay, and you can either get a big bag or a little bag, and they're like cut grillers. So all you have to do is just heat them up in the pan, or cook them in the pan. And dude, it is some of the best prepackaged frozen chicken that I've ever had in my life, and steak. And it's just chewy, not chewy, but it just melts in your mouth. That's what she said. But yeah.
Yeah.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. M&M meat. That sounds weird.
Ugh.
I just grossed out a bunch of people. Chocolate and meat. Probably the one combination doesn't work.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gogi. I'm now grossed out. I have to go throw up. I'll be right back.
So anyway, those are some tips to people that set up tournaments. I really liked what the Worthy Opponent did with their Hearthstone tournament. It's it wasn't structured. Everybody could play whatever decks they wanted, but they made that very clear from the beginning. But everybody was very friendly, very, very good sportsmanship, no trash talking. They have a really good audience, so I expect we're gonna try to get them on HorsePLAY, and we might, Obi and I might be on their show as well, because I like what they're doing. They really know how to approach the casual Hearthstone, and still have it can be competitive. But there we go. So that's that quickie. We have another one. I don't know if you guys do you want to go into this one, Obi? since it is kind of rant territory. But I think it's kind of,
No,
I don't know.
let's do that a different time.
We'll do it a different time. Okay, we'll transfer to the next time. Because I think that might be you're thinking is gonna be some tangents there, huh?
Oh yeah.
So we'll add to that, and that'll probably be a feature discussion in the future. So you guys will be in the dark for now. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna address things that we've brought up in the past and kind of give a more full perspective on it from different angles. But it's an issue. It's a bunch of issues, but it's one issue in particular, one trend that I've seen a lot in gaming industry that I think bothers me and a lot of other people. I know for sure. But anyway, let's go on to our next to our feature discussion. You ready, Obi? You want to open it up?
I can, yes. The feature, hey guys, secret tools of Twitch streaming.
There you go, Mike. There you go. Talk right into the mic like that. That sounds good, Obi.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I have an echo, so I'm trying to like balance it out. But I guess when I get too balanced, it's too low. So, secret tools of Twitch streaming. Let's try it over at Geeky Antics. We shared an article that really digs into the secret sauce that makes people successful on Twitch, or how Yogi wrote it, teach, and social media as a whole. You spelled it wrong.
Oh yeah, Teach. That's the new site.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, is it going to take all right, let me try this out. Is it still going to take lots of work, or are there some tips that you can actually get, a little bit further ahead if you weren't by yourself, right? Okay, I think I got it. Answer questions on support portal, forums, acknowledge, wiki sites. You gotta answer questions that are asked you. I mean, if you don't, people are just gonna be like, okay, he doesn't care. He just wants to do this and nothing else. You've gotta answer the questions, even in little things like, you guys know that I don't get on a lot of forums. I have to remember basically to make myself get on our forums on Geeky Antics and all games and everything. So if somebody is not basically talking to me or not, discussing or answering questions, you think I'm going to stay there? Nobody's going to stay there. And I'm probably going even the wrong direction with this conversation.
Well, no, you got part of it.
But it's to the point where if the little things that you can do to make your guests and your followers and your viewers happy. That's the little things that you can. And a lot of people think, oh, I don't need to answer every single question. You need to try your damnedest to answer every question. Read everything if you need to as people are talking. Yes, when you get that, thousands of people on your Twitch stream, of course, you can't read everything. I've tried. I've had the most on a buddy's stream. Me and him were streaming, and we had I think 22,000 or something like that. And even in slow mode, it was still just moving. You can't read every question. Now, most streamers, they pick out a few people that are, that are cool, not being assholes, not doing this in their stream, and that's who they'll talk to. It might be 10 people, but then again, they have 30,000 people. You gotta talk as much as possible, answer as many questions as possible, because if you don't, people are gonna get bored and just leave. And that's just with any stream. Providing Yogi ever stopped talking during his stream, people would leave. I mean, it's just how it is. If there's nothing happening, and if the gameplay is not the best, okay, now there's only a few streamers that can not talk, no cam, no nothing, and still have 20,000 people.
Yeah.
There's only literally a few. That's it. And I'm gonna say right now, Civ HD is one of them. If you guys have ever seen him, he could sit there and all he did was play League. He didn't talk. He had no mic, no camera, and he still had 32,000 people watching.
Oh yeah.
8 hours he was streaming. That's just because of his follower. That's just the thing. That's because he did the little things to get those people really interested and want to watch his gameplay. Because we all know he's good. We all know he makes fabulous, awesome plays. Jukes. I mean, just some of the jukes. I watched a video on all his jukes one time, and it was just so funny how he juked him out. I'm like, I could do that. I tried it. It's not that easy.
It's never as easy as it looks.
I got a few good jukes, and we're going to be recording quite a bit here in the future, but I got a few good jukes, and we'll make it happen. But anyway, get back to this. Yogi, what do you, I mean, on that first point, I mean, is there anything that you can add that I just basically missed?
So yeah, the thing is that I think it's an easy opportunity that a lot of people miss, which is helping other people out, right? But it boggles my mind that a lot of streamers don't go on the support portal for Twitch and answer the questions that other streamers have. It's such an easy opportunity. You already have expertise in certain areas, right? Why not share with other people? And it's like we hold on to we hold on to this information, hoard it as if we're gonna have a secret weapon forever because no one knows the secret. But it's better to share that information because when you share that information, you create allies, you know, and word spreads out. This person is a giver. They're not a selfish prick. So you should go, and then they return that love eventually. Not everybody's gonna reciprocate, but you build up a rep as being someone that's generous, and that's always a good thing, you know. So I mean, there's a support portal on the Twitch site, which I think is just support.twitch.tv, and anyone can answer questions on there. If you Google certain questions about Twitch stuff, like common questions people have, like how do I put my Twitch chat in stream, or how do I change the styling on it, how do I capture a DirectX 8 game, you know, when I'm doing retro games, or, you know, there's a lot of common questions like how do I automatically switch scenes? How do I set up volume level per scene? There's a lot of common questions that people don't know where to find the answer. You Google, it's hard to find the proper answer. So why not bring those answers to the people? Because that information is still hard to find out there. You could be a subject matter expert by sharing that information. There's forums dedicated to Twitch streamers. There's tons of knowledge and wiki sites, right? Like all these Yahoo Answers kind of sites, Quora, you know, all the kind of wiki kind of sites that are user driven or community driven, you know, for the users, by the users. You know, if you get in there, you can have such an advantage and really get in the forefront, you know, get in front of more people. So that's a huge opportunity I think people miss. Not just answering the questions in your stream, you know, and doing a fact, frequently asked questions and all that stuff. Those are the basics that everybody usually covers. But go beyond and look for people that are asking questions that no one's answering. I mean, I was astounded by how many people asked questions on Twitch support, and there were no answers for them. So I started going through there and I said, hey, this might help you out. This might point you in the right direction. Here's some links because I had a similar issue. And admit your weaknesses. You know, admit that you're not flawless. That you made mistakes too. You're not infallible. You know, hey, I had trouble with that too, or I don't know the answer. I have a similar issue. I'd love to know the answer too. Like even that's worth it because then people start seeing, you know, this is an opportunity here. Maybe the Twitch developers will see, wow, a lot of people have the same question. You know, it's kind of a big deal. There's so many good things to come out of that.
And any forum where you have like that public question and answer and user supported, you know, build up and things like that. I mean, there's nothing better than having a problem and going to the forum and finding out that someone else had that problem too. Not only do they have it, but by God, here's how you fix it. And here's what it takes to make it work again. And that's something that I think that a lot of people have just, because we can Google anything, we can look this up, look that up, you know, that two-way street communication, I think, has started to fall off on a lot of things.
Yep, definitely. It's empowering to know that you're not the only one that went through that struggle. You know, it creates a bond because a lot of times it's not just a geek thing. It's just a lot of times people just feel like if you admit that you're having an issue with something, some sort of weakness, like it's a shame. You know, I can't admit this. You know, or else I'm gonna have to commit seppuku and, you know, just gut myself with a sword. You know, but you know, it's good. It's good to be a little vulnerable and put yourself out there because people will appreciate how authentic you are and that you're trying to help and make the community better. That's what makes Twitch so beautiful. It's a real community thing. Like, it's massive, but it still has that very tightly knit community type thing. It's kind of like Reddit without the caustic nature of it. That's the way I would say it.
Reddit is vile sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm on
that's
Reddit
why.
now too. So
Yeah, Reddit's fun in theory, but it's a lot with a lot of those question and answer sites. You get people that think they know everything, and when you ask a question, they're like, "This is a stupid question," it's just so toxic. So when you create a safe place where people can find answers, that's a good thing. That's a big win. Another thing that Obi mentioned was like, when you have a good player, it doesn't have to be the best player, but if you're a good enough player and you walk through some of your moves, some of your strategies and your logic, that's a good thing too. Like, don't just sit there clicking. And it's amazing. You do get the people that are just so good at something that they'll get viewers just because they're that good. People just want to watch their moves because they're amazing. But that rarely works unless you're playing like an action game. Like,
right.
doing an epic move in Hearthstone is not as exciting. But I guess it works for Crip because he's usually pretty chill. Crip's cool, but sometimes Crip's just like, he's just so mellow. He's like, okay, so I just put a legendary here, and okay. He's like Bob Ross of he's the Bob Ross of Hearthstone, painting
The
happy clouds,
Hearthstone.
happy Hearthstone, happy
Yeah.
clouds, happy trees everywhere.
Just gonna crit over here and lay that legendary down there, and oh, look at that.
I'm gonna take the brush and do a little swizzle swazzle. I'm gonna see how I use the broad strokes, and it creates a sort of texture. See that you if you dab it, it makes it look like a bush. See the magic there? Oh, Obi's enjoying himself. He's like, I'm just gonna kick back and listen to this crazy crap.
Well, you were talking about earlier, okay, a few seconds ago, walking through your moves too, and the one thing too that I didn't hear this, but you guys want to encourage and make sure you tell people on your stream, hey guys, what do you guys think of that? Try to get their feedback, because and this is the worst thing when it happens, because I've done it, is when you're telling somebody something and you're kind of setting something up and you're all right guys, I'm doing this because I'm doing this, and then you actually say the wrong thing, and you say, well guys, hey, just make sure you give me some feedback, make sure if it's a good strat or if it's a good move or whatever, and then you have people that are actually trying to interact with you saying, no, don't do that. That's something that even little things like that is helpful. Hey, your sound's too low. You got to talk louder, get closer to the mic, or get the mic out of your fucking freaking mouth. I almost said it, didn't I? And
Almost.
that comes up too with engaging with your fans and your viewers. Set up stuff like, as you're streaming, you get that follower, even if it's just a follower. Alert or some kind of big text on your screen saying new follower, and then play some music. Get people hyped. Get people ramped up about it. That you don't. And then basically when it happens, don't just pick the. I want to make sure I'm not going too far. Don't just pick the one that that you like the name of. Say every single one, and that's with donations too. If somebody's gonna donate, even if it's $1. Okay? Sense. Use common sense. Even if it's just $1, the dollar is just as important as the $10 that you just got. They're both the same, and then both people in that stream are gonna be like, hey, really appreciate that for I only could give you $1, but thanks for shouting it out. People want to see that. That's why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will tell you, no,
Yeah.
that's not why I donate. Yeah, it is. You want to hear your name.
Well, there are some people that donate anonymously, because I had someone that did two donations of $100, a total of 200. They're like, I don't want to be recognized. Like, just if you put it down as anonymous. I just want to help you create some hype. And I'm like, okay, you sure? Like, yeah. I'm like, wow, awesome. That's not a very typical thing. What usually is, like Obi says, like $1, $5, but it adds up after a while. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with that if you're smart about it and stretch it out. But I agree. Like a lot of the streamers, what they do is they do the top donation thing. They did the top donation tracker for like weekly or daily, and that's cool. But it makes everybody. It's a disincentive for people that can't afford to donate that much. It's like, oh, that guy donated $50. That guy donated $80. I can't do that much. I could give $5. I could spare that. I can spare $10. So it disencourages them from, engaging you. They feel like they just can't have to be a competition. Every little bit counts. Everybody counts. Everybody matters.
And that's
So
when people don't donate either. Is when they think, well, I
yeah.
can't beat that. I don't want to donate. No, it's my little $5 ain't gonna mean shit. Yeah, it does.
Yep. Yep. And it counts. Obizianka, she donated 666 to me. I was like, I see what you did there. $6.66. All right.
Now,
All right.
this next part, guys, we want to make sure that you understand what we're saying. Okay. Now, when you go into anybody's stream and you're sitting there talking and a lot of people will sit there and say, don't show links, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And I think Yogi touched on it last week because I heard it today in the podcast. For those people that have those, I don't know what word I want to use, but those very stingy rules on their Twitch, you're only hurting yourself. Okay, if you have something on Twitch and you say, don't link your shit, don't self-promote, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, well, I'm not going to come hang out. Sorry. I'm not only for self-promotion or just do stuff like that, but I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Okay, and if you're listening, listen closely. If you're watching, don't take your eyes off the screen for a minute. The more you help other people, the more help you're going to get. Okay? And I'm not saying that because it's, this is, we're on a talk show and I want more people to watch. No, it's not. The more people I help, okay, and you guys know HorsePLAYs with allgames.com, of course, and we have our own network, the Antics. Yes, a lot of people, and I thought this in the beginning that, oh no, they're going to get mad at us because we're on their network and we're not supposed to start our own. No. The more people that we're spraying it out to, say, hey guys, go check out All Games, go check out this, go check out, yeah, I am. But the more people that do that and get your name out there is because you're putting their name out there, or just one way that you've helped them, they're gonna help you. Don't just be stingy on your viewers and your fans, okay? Because one thing, all I have to do is say, hey, I got a giveaway I'm going to give away tonight, and I guarantee I'll take your fans. I'll take your viewers, just because I have a giveaway and you don't. Don't be like that. Okay? The more you share, the more you're going to get. That's all I'm going to say about it. But you can coordinate, like myself and Yogi. We try. Or I try. He makes it happen. I try. But, try to coordinate with other streamers. Say, hey man, you want to do a simulcast maybe sometime? Get into community gaming nights. Here in the future we're going to be having more gaming sections with myself, Yogi, maybe CHEWIE in the future, to where we're getting on the game and we're sitting there on Geek Antics, say, hey guys, we're going to play Hearthstone tonight. Whoever wants to play, let's play some games. Even if we do 20 custom games, we're having fun. You guys know me, I'm very, very, what's the right word? Assholeish, I guess, when it comes to League of Legends. But I'm a dick. That's just how it is. But the more people that we can get in, the more people that we can have fun with, even if it's 2 streams. Yogi has his own fans, I have my own fans, and that's just that many fans all in one place. Why not? It's fun. For one, yes, I understand the people that are like, well, I want to make money, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. Yeah, but it's not all about money. If you're not making your fans happy, they're not going to give you any money. Just how it is.
Doesn't matter what it is, it's just not going to happen.
And basically the last thing is share your audience, guys. Really, like I said before, the more you share, and it doesn't seem like it at first, but the more you share, the more you're going to get back. I promise.
Sharing is caring.
There you go.
It sounds like Little House on the Prairie. It's a little cheesy, but it's so true because, and I see it when I do my consulting work. People they kind of get into this really cutthroat status where, it's you can't share your secrets, can't share your strategies because you might lose your edge. But your edge, especially on Twitch, it always comes back to the personality. People do business with people that they like. Everyone has solutions, everyone has products, everyone has offerings of different kinds, different services. But when it comes down to it, people either like you or they don't, and that's what makes the difference. And when you're doing Twitch streaming, you're providing a service, you're providing a product, and there's products within the products, but the most important thing is the product of the product, which is you. You the more you do the streaming, the better you get with it, the more refined your processes become, the better you get at it. And it's really, really satisfying because you forge alliances, you make new friends, you learn new things, and it's something you just get better and better at and find new ways to enjoy. But when you collaborate with the other streamers, you dual stream, you multi-stream, do community gaming nights. There's just power in numbers, and it's funny. I go around sometimes and I say, hey, I'm streaming this game too. You wanna battle me and we could do a dual stream? It's like, no, I'm good. It's like, all right, well, you hold on to your 2 viewers. It's like, all right, you don't want to collaborate. I put it out there to help. I'm trying to help you out, and you're kind of being grimy about it. Like, nah, I'm good. Yep, and I'm good. I got a website. Good. So does everybody else. How's it working out for you? I could buy a GoDaddy domain for $5 a year. But what are you doing with that? Is it all about you? This is crazy. Like Obi and I invite people to the podcast all the time. How hard is it to just carve out like 30 minutes? You have to be on for the whole 2 hours. But come on to the show. You could pimp out your own stuff. We like self-promotion. We're not like some of the streamers and podcast hosts that are like, whoa, no self-promotion. We don't want our sponsors to get mad, or we don't want any conflict of interest. Yeah, share your stuff. We don't care. You gotta have a bigger pie to share, not make it all about the little tiny slice that you're desperately holding on to.
And I want to tell you guys real quick. I know, Yogi, I'm sorry I cut you off. When we have sponsors, the sponsors are gonna know this is what we do too. Yes, I understand. You got to remember too that if some channels have sponsors, there's certain things they cannot and cannot do. I mean, that might just be one of their rules. 90% of people, 98% of people that stream, they don't have sponsorship deals like that. You're looking at those sponsorship deals like that come from freaking League of Legends team, pro teams, anything that they're making, quite a bit of money on. So, it'll be fun, guys. I promise you. I mean, me and myself and Yogi, we're having fun every single day, just because of this. I mean, we're not huge. We're not the biggest names in podcasts. But guess what? We just started 25 episodes ago. Really. I mean, yeah. That's next week will be 6 months. But it's to the point where we're just trying to have fun. And if we can have fun and do this at the same time, we're going to do it every single week.
Obi.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
What? I didn't do
this
it.
is because episode 26
is.
Episode 0.
We did have a
So
zero.
half a year of doing this show. And we've done other stuff, doing HorsePLAY Live, half a year doing. That's not bad. Mm-hmm. So we're not a fly-by-night thing, guys. We're here to stay, so you know. And we're here for you guys. It's all about spreading the love here on HorsePLAY Live, And we haven't done any call-ins or anything tonight. Like, I know we were running kind of long, and we already have a guest, but we should do some voicemails in a second here. But just wrapping up this discussion, another thing I would say is celebrate the successes of other streamers, whether they're new or old. Every little thing, create some hype about it. Oh, you got your first follower. That's awesome, dude. I'm so stoked for you, Shout them out on your stream or create some hype in their chat, It's great to do that because it just creates an air of positivity, and that stuff does have a way of, I know I sound like such a hippie, but that stuff does have a way of coming back to you. And really, there's
Say hippie like it's a bad thing. Come on.
Yeah, look at him.
What?
I didn't say nothing about
Long,
I didn't
long
say-
hair hippie.
I didn't say nothing about the long-haired hippie and beard.
Nothing wrong with that. Come on now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't grow my hair that long, even if I wanted to. I got hair everywhere else except for where it needs to go.
I got to the tie it back part about a week ago. I'm so much happier with that.
Nice. Yeah, when it's that in between phase where it's like awkward, you can't do anything with it. Yeah, that's tough.
It's like 8 pounds of gel and hope it holds. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't blind you tonight, Opie. I'll spare you. I know you just came back. You need a little break from my shiny head. But yeah, it's scared. It's scared. It's scared,
Why do
Obi.
you think he wears a bandana?
Yeah.
Well, that and it gets sweaty. I get sweaty, so it's like that's my sweat catcher. And then I throw this at people that piss me off. I take it off and throw it at people, and water. It's like water bombs. It's pretty classy.
How many times you've thrown that at your wife?
I will not comment on that. There might be a little twisty towely thing going on, if you know what I mean.
Once. Only once.
Oh, a Johnny Dangerous reference. Good one. Well played, sir. What was it? My father did that once.
Once.
Yeah.
Where do you keep your 88 Magnum?
Do we want to know?
In my
No.
pants.
It shoots through schools.
It does. That didn't sound right. No.
Hey, it shoot through schools with that magic cigarette case. Saved it. I watched it like a week ago, y'all. I'm sorry.
Did you?
Yeah, I really, really did.
Wow. I haven't seen it in a while. I have to see it again.
What, you watched that a week ago?
Johnny Dangerously.
Yeah, I'm not taking over. I don't have it anymore.
That movie and like The Princess Bride and Spaceballs, they come back to them every so often.
Dude, I watched Princess Bride last night.
Get out of town.
Not
Now
making this up.
I watched Spaceballs
No.
the other day.
So I said I just got my hair back to that tie it back part, right? So I had like in a ponytail at work, and dude walks up to me and goes, "What's up, Wesley?" I was like, "Son of a bitch, I gotta go watch that movie now. I have to do it." As soon as I got home last night, threw it in.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely did.
Dude, I just watched Spaceballs 2 days ago.
Mm,
Found it on Netflix.
Comb in the desert.
Yeah, Mel Brooks, Spaceballs and Men in Tights and all that stuff's great.
Brooks, man. Master, you've lost your arms. You've got some nice tits, though. My favorite scene in that movie.
But just to recap what we said, I think Obi captured most of it. But, just definitely collaborate with other streamers. Acknowledge people. Everyone to some degree is selfish, and they like being mentioned. They like the attention, whether they admit it or not. It makes people feel good about themselves. So, and it's all right to be selfish every now and then. You gotta be at some point, else you won't get anywhere in life. But give more, and don't expect it to be 50-50. You might give a lot and not get that much in return, but don't stop because people will notice. But yeah, we got like 9 minutes left. I'm gonna try to play some.
I forgot to check the box.
It's all right. I am.
That's good because I don't have a recording for you this week.
Good thing I'm prepared.
Do it live.
I do want to say though that my tech guy, when he came over here and fixed everything, he didn't put the other hard drive in, or he put it in but didn't like format it for me because he has to do some special stuff with discs, or I don't fucking even know. But so I have the third hard drive in there, the other terabyte that I'm recording to. It's just not turned on technically. So I'm gonna have him come over later tomorrow and fix it up for me. But yeah, I'll have it next week. That's my fault.
So so just finishing up, wrapping this up. Another thing I would say is fail sauce. So misuse of social media. Let's talk about that. People misuse social media a lot. and Chewie was and I were talking about this, and Obi was shaking his head because we all see it. Like, you know, it's good to put a lot of stuff out there, but then when you put the minutia of details about your daily life in there, like I love transparency, but you know, I don't need to know that you just had an itch or a genital wart that turned into a boil, you know, and then it bursted on you. I mean, you know, there's some things that it's still you want to leave for one-on-one engagements when you connect with people. But but you know, it's the thing about social media in general is to try to get conversations going. You use the hashtags to get people to jump in, be able to see certain things that are relevant to them when they're searching for certain kind of content, certain kind of discussions, and then they can join the conversation. You keep that conversation going. So when you say things and you do things on social media that where it doesn't really encourage feedback, you know, it's rough. So you gotta ask some questions. Obi. You gotta ask some questions, you know, engage the audience, get them involved, and that's, you know, it goes on Twitch. It applies to Facebook, it applies to Google Plus, Twitter, you know, whatever you're on, Stumble Upon, Reddit, all those things. You know, it comes back to you, and then what you're doing to engage the community. You know, they'll just think that you could just set it and forget and get it done. But Obi, we got some voicemails piled up from the past few weeks. I think we should do that. I know we got like what, 8 minutes left. We started a little late. We started like we started like
I have 146 right now.
Okay, so yeah, we're good. And I could always edit, so no biggie. But let's play some voicemail real quick, and then mute the mic so we don't get any funky echo. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Hey guys, Obi, Yogi. It's good to see you guys tonight. Anyway, totally right on about this Google acquisition of Twitch. It's just a bad deal. You know, in the past, executive indecision at Google prevented acquisitions from innovating, keeping it fresh, and becoming competitive. So I think the big problem with Twitch is going to be it is what it is, and it's not going anywhere else. And that could be a problem.
Well, yeah, I want to petition against Google because I think that what they're doing to mess up Twitch is bad, and we should, like, unite against it. Please, Google, don't ruin Twitch. Okay, thanks.
That was a good voicemail, Yogi.
Shh, that wasn't Yogi.
Yeah,
that wasn't me.
I think it was.
You got some fan love in the chat, Obi. You gotta address.
I mean, I think it's just clear to, you know, when the reason for the beard is long and heralded, but maybe in a couple episodes I'll explain it all to you. But it relates just ever so slightly to the chatter. So we might have to keep this one up to date here.
Carthus, I didn't know you're in Carthus. Sorry, I know you're watching, and I know you're my boy, but this is for you.
Oh, that's not very nice.
He probably can't hear you though. They're still having trouble hearing you.
Chewie's Obi's boyfriend or what? No. Well, okay, I'll turn it up. There's just gonna be more of an echo. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just
This bromancing.
Shut up. It's the thing of the.
You just gotta make out with the microphone, Obi. There you go. Yeah, that sounds good.
Just like that.
Get it, girl, get it. Oh, sorry.
Dude, it's so weird. Like your mic went from like having super sensitive gain and pickup to like if you talk like 2 inches away from it, you sound like so far away.
Well, I got my noise gate on, so I might have had it. I have it set weird probably. So.
Oh, you set the noise gate too high for the open. That's what it is. So we're getting the audio from Chewie's mic. That's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So check the preview on that and see if if when you talk, it's going all the way up to open that gate. Cause the close is not the one you have to go by. You have to go by the open
How about now?
level. Talk now.
So the open one. All right. So
There you
that
go.
one, and then this one goes up.
Now towards the end of the show, we figured it out.
Hey, I got it.
Damn, look at that.
I had.
Thank you.
You guys.
Thank
This is the funny part. Okay, this is on your Skype or on your open broadcaster. There's a microphone nose gate set. Well, the thresholds. I had my open up here, and then my close down here, so it never touched. So the only thing that was running my mic was my booster. Yeah, my bad.
Well, yeah, the close is supposed to be about 4 notches down from the open or so, 4 to 6, 4 to 8, depends. But if you have the open too high, that means you have to really project your voice to get it to open up the gate and start picking up your audio. So what happens is you'll be like, and it's like a bad kung fu flick, like.
So how's that sound now?
Yeah, now you're good.
Great, awesome. We fixed it.
I'm gonna have to do some serious compression post production. It's all right though.
I love you.
I know.
Guys,
it's all right.
to answer your question in chat, Carthanen, Yogi is my bitch, not Chewie.
I'm just the guy in the corner holding the camera.
I mean, my.
Yep. Oh, Obi, did your wife tell you that I have battered woman syndrome sometimes? Because of you.
Is that batter woman syndrome where like some gets on your face, like you call it batter, or like he's putting the fists to you?
Oops, I missed.
We just offended the few female listeners we still have. Thank you.
Sorry, ma'am.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh man.
Real
Yeah. But
real good.
so now we figured that situation. Now let's play some more voicemails. Here we go.
Fuck you guys.
Yo, you leave us more voicemails. Yo, you gotta leave those voicemails, you know what I'm saying? You can leave voicemails, because if you don't leave them, you're whack, son.
Hey, guys.
This next one's for you, Obi. The next two are for you. So be prepared for yourself. You ready? Here you go. Brace yourself.
Just wanted to let you know that my dick is still out. Hey, guys. Really love the show. But I have a question for Obi. I was wondering if he could take out his nuts, give him a little spin. Thanks, guys.
Right there.
I think he's got to attach him again real quick before we get any farther.
So Obi, I figured that'd be perfect. It's good that we held off those voicemails for the past 3 or 4 weeks, because that's Obi's welcome wagon right there.
Thanks,
Welcome
guys. And thank you. I knew it was still out. I knew it. Every time I'm on the stream, you whip it out. Thank you. And the next one, I tried that once, and they heard afterwards. So my wife said I can't do that anymore. I can't,
Yeah,
I
don't
can't spin them.
Can we not pull those nuts out just right now, though? I mean, it's only my first time here, and I don't think so, Tim.
And the thing is like I'm sitting right here. Well, he's actually facing me at a desk. So it would be...
Do not helicopter your penis. That's bad.
I'm gonna brain my balls.
That's how detachable penis started. That's how that became a song.
What movie is that from? The Brain or The Goat?
Oh, that's Waiting.
Ding 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 ding.
With Dane Cook.
Dane Cook.
No, it's not Dane Cook.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Van Wilder,
Is it?
dude.
Oh, it's Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Why do I keep thinking? I confuse them.
Nope.
They're both
Just
white.
about to die away.
Yeah, they're both white dudes that used to be funny. Oh, I said it. Now we
Well,
offended every racial group possible.
yes.
Obi has to show his nuts to Chewie. No, I don't.
Oh, I'm done that.
This is getting bad. We need to kind of
I got one more
go
voicemail.
ahead.
This
rock
is
it out. Oh crap.
this is all for you. This is all for you right here, Obi. This is to show everybody how tormented you were
I was depressed.
just 1 week being away from the show. Just to come back and not be prepared. Yeah, 2 weeks to prepare. I gave you one job. One job.
Hey, geeks. Hey, guys, what's going on? It's Obi-Wan-X2. I know I didn't make it this week. It's a pretty dark day. My PC is crashed and dying. So we're going to try to get it up as fast as possible, but with limited funds, there's only so much I can do. But we'll try to be on. Make sure that I'm on next week. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys. I'll try to get back to you as fast as I possibly can. I'll see you guys then. Peace.
That right
I was
there.
depressed, man. What can I say?
That was the sound of a defeated man.
Dude, I was.
That almost sounds like someone calling into work.
This sumbitch's phone right here blew up for like a week. He's like, dude, stop calling me. I was like, why? We're just chatting. He's like, all right, I'm going to find somebody to fucking fix your computer for you because you're pissing me off.
Gotta find it somewhere.
So he found one of his buddies saying, go fix his computer, man. He's like, okay. It's like, what? I asked the same question. Oh. But anyway, yes, that is Obi, very depressed. It was a dark day. I mean, a dark day. But
It was.
it was very dark.
If you heard the whole show, I said that I missed you, and Stan was like, "I know, I'm not a replacement for Obi." It wasn't that. It was just Stan and I agree on everything, and then Renee kind of agreed with everything I said. It's not fun because now we don't have counterpoint. So it's like, it's no fun when no one argues against me.
And I do it all show, so that's what makes the show. Now,
Sure does.
Now to the last part, guys. This is the part that I hate every single week just because it means we're getting out of here. Some of the plugs, shameless plugs, and it says I have to read all of them. So I've got to read them all. Leave us a voicemail at 206-415-4987. Or if you don't like to hear yourself online or on mic, you can give us an email at mail@geekyantics.net. Please keep them short. If we like them and it's relevant to what we're talking about that show, we will play them live. Yes, we've been kind of lax on the voicemails, but we're going to try to get those at least 1 or 2 voicemails every episode as much as we possibly can. HorsePLAY Live is everywhere you can get a podcast. Please leave us some reviews and a favorite. Subscribe on iTunes, Yahoo, really. Just subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher, guys. It really does help out. You guys don't think that one like gives us an edge? It does. It really helps out more than you think. Trust us. Well, or ask anybody else. More listeners mean more bigger. More listeners means we can run bigger promotions, giveaways, community play dates, everything. I mean, it's for you guys. That's why we do this. Also, give us we've had tons of thumbs ups on Stitchers since we've started syndicated ourselves or got syndicated on Stitcher. So we really appreciate it, and just make sure you give us that thumbs up because it'll be the. Let me read this right because I can't paraphrase it for crap. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on Stitcher. So when we show up in more search results as we grow. The gang. Got it. And all games community. Wow, why did that stump me? Your typing's terrible, Yogi. Check us out on YouTube. No, don't.
What the hell? That's been like the same copy forever. It's been proofread.
Check us out on YouTube and Twitch. YouTube is youtube.com/geekyantics. And of course right here, twitch.tv/geekyantics. Yes, big shout-outs to our new flagship show right here are over at Geeky Antics, the Gaming Death Podcast. They'll be on Twitch over at twitch.tv/gaming death every Thursday right before our show, so that's 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're super stoked to have Chris, Don, Caleb, Hollow to join the game, and looking forward to many more that's going to join in the future. We really appreciate you guys and welcome aboard. Also, we'd like to note that they do talk about things beyond penises. Chris, just giving you a hard time, buddy. Got to. I have to read everything. Sorry, Chris. Check out our friends at Worthy Opponent 42 level 1, Gaming History 101, the B Team Podcast, R9Cast, Knuckle Baller Radio, Pixelated Pints, Zombie Cast, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Cast, Fantastic Forum, Sega Nerds, Castuberous Doctor Who Podcast, the Angry Chicken Podcast, and the Party Chat shows on the AllGames.com network. Wow. Gang and other places where geeky goodness can be found. Let them know Obi and Yogi sent you from HorsePLAY. Much love to all our extended family over at All Games. We really appreciate you guys the most. Could you guys give us a shot? You guys helped us out and gave us a shot when nobody else, we really like you guys, so appreciate that. Coming up episodes, you tell us, guys. We want you guys to, do we have a forum up on this? Yo?
What?
On the upcoming episodes, do we have a forum that they can give ideas and stuff like that?
Yeah, Stan has been getting at me about getting more horseplay recaps and previews. So when we get the blog post up there with the horseplay HD video on the geekyantics.net, then we'll try to have previews of our show notes and also like recaps of the highlights and whatnot. So I'm trying to get on that more, but sometimes it's gonna be probably like every other week, not every week, because we have a lot of stuff going on. So it's a lot of effort to keep going.
Right. Well, we do always want you guys to give us some, if you guys have ideas, or if we've talked about something that you guys just enjoyed, let us know. We'll do it again. Since the new releases are rather stall at the moment, we're likely to just stick around League of Legends, Hearthstone, and that's League of Legends NA. I have some little bit news at the end here, but League of Legends, anything that has to do with what we talk about every day. I mean, every show. I mean, this is what we do. I done lost my track again. I done lost track of my thoughts again. That doesn't make any sense. But plus, whatever random indie game you guys want to review or want us to talk about, or just whatever we can snag here and there. We'll also keep the conversation going on about Twitch as a community, going through some big changes. Wow, I need to stop reading this shit, 'cause it's just cracking me, tearing me apart. Okay, let's try again. Let us know what you guys think about the Google's latest moves in the future on Twitch. If you guys want to, you guys can leave us a voicemail, of course, 206-415-4987. We're still talking about that just because, I mean, it could affect a lot of people. If it doesn't, and also be looking for the community play-alongs and playthroughs that we are going to be having here in the future with myself, Yogi Zilla, and any part of the gang that wants to do it. So you guys looking forward to, what do you guys think? Tell me what up.
Yeah, that's a good discussion. And I know it's a hot button topic, both of those things, but we're gonna get into that, and that's gonna probably be the one feature discussion for that. We'll do call-ins because I know that's gonna get people riled up. But we need to show all sides of the discussion. But real quick before we close this off,
I got one last question to everybody. This is a question for you guys. Were you gonna read that? This is a question you guys can get involved in. I believe there's a forum on Geeky Antics right now. Are the feminism and racism cards played too much? Okay, now we're talking about girl gamers, and I'm not going to say, and I'll just use Yogi because he's Puerto Rican, and I'm white, I think.
That's a check.
Are those cards played too much? I mean, we know girl gamers get a whole bunch of flack. I swear to God, my wife hates Casey Tron now. She had 30,000 people on her stream today just talking shit and crying. Whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yes, are those cards used too much? That's what we want to know. What do you guys think? We want to hear from you. Please check us out, geekyantics.com. Send us some mail, mail@geekyantics.net. I think that's what it said. Chewie, do you have anything that you'd like to plug?
I don't really have anything to plug. No. No.
She said no, huh?
She said no. I mean, I wish I tried, but boundaries are boundaries.
Yogi?
But Chewie, they had a question for Chewie real quick before we send everyone off. They want to know if Chewie yodels.
I've never been classically trained. No. This is
You want to give it a...
the only octave I get to right now at the end of the day, talking all day. So.
And my son's sleeping in the next room.
Catch me earlier on, and I'll be able to work something out. But
we'll try to get him to yodel next time.
Talking all day long and then doing this thing.
Voicemail it in.
Yes.
We had a drunken karaoke video game review segment that was voicemailed in. We could have drunken yodeling. That'd be a thing too. I like it.
Oh, there we go.
Stan Farina inspired. Yeah, as far as plugs for me, I don't know. I think you've seen Obi. I've been really like stepping up my game with Twitch. So I've actually been back and forth with Twitch people. I might get the partnered up and get the subscribe button. And I'm also working on getting some major upgrades to really increase the consistency of my stream. So I got the overlays and everything, but now I just need to get it perfect and stabilized. So once that all falls into place, it'll be a great opportunity to do more shows, more streams, and just higher production value for our Geeky Antics stuff, for HorsePLAY, everything, you know. So I'm really stoked about that.
And if you guys are listening right now to us on All Games, B Team is coming up next at 9 p.m. It is, I know it's a couple hours away, but make sure you guys hang out and just hit them up when they get on. B Team's a good bunch of guys. I was actually on, I think, last week's 2 weeks ago show. So, and I got invited back, so I don't know why, but yeah, we're probably going to get back there. So, you guys check it out. This is HorsePLAY, guys. We really appreciate you guys watching. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. Oh, this is the part where I put the music, huh?
Yeah, it is. Thanks. See you guys.
And here we go.